Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's baseball games, look ahead to today's game, say for Major League Soccer. We'll recap the games for last night. Thursday night football, college football, Wnba playoffs, we'll pick games. We'll preview the Ryder Cup a little bit, go over news and notes. We'll recap last night's episode of The Masked Singer and my best bet of the day. All right, we'll start in Major League Baseball as we will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Rays over the Blue Jays 7-1. Rays 94-59. Toronto 85-67. Nats over the Marlins 7-5. The Nats are 63-89. 63-89. Miami is 64-88. Phillies over the Orioles 4-3. Phils 78-74. Baltimore 48-104. Yanks over the Rangers 7-3. Yanks 86-67. Texas 55-97. Red Sox over the Mets 12-5. The Red Sox are 88-65. Mets 73-79. Twins over the Cubs 5-4. The Twins are 67-85. Chicago 67-85. Cardinals over the Brewers 10-2 for their 11th straight win. St. Louis 82-69. Milwaukee 91-61. Rocks over the Dodgers 10-5. The Rocks 71-80. LA 97-55. Astros over the Angels 9-5. Astros 91-61. LA 72-80. Braves over the D-backs 9-2. Braves 80-70. Arizona 48-104. Mariners over the A's 4-1. Mariners 83-69. Oakland 82-70. And the Giants over the Padres 8-6. San Fran 99-53. San Diego 76-75. Pirates, Reds, White Sox, Tigers, and Royals, Indians all rained out. Make-up date Monday, September 27th. Thursday, doubleheader game 1 at 1 o'clock between the White Sox and the Indians. Makeup game from June 2nd. Reynaldo Lopez and Aaron Savali. The favorite in this game is the White Sox slightly at -110. Indians are -106. Over under 7.5. Overs -102. Unders -120. White Sox -1.5 is +162. Indians +1.5 is -196. I'm going with the White Sox as a slight favorite here, -110. 2 o'clock, the Cardinals and the Brewers. Adam Wainwright and Adrian Hauser. Brewers -116, Cardinals -106, over under 8, -110 each way. Cards -1.5 is +158. Brewers +1.5 is -192. A team that's won 11 straight's a dog. I'm taking them, -102 in the Cardinals. 3 o'clock, the Dodgers and the Rockies. Max Scherzer and Kyle Freeland. Dodgers -260, Rockies +215, over under 10.5. Overs -106, unders -114. Dodgers -1.5 is -162. Rockies +1.5 is +134. I'm going to take the tough one. I'm going to go over or under 10.5, -114. 3:30, Mariners A's. Yusei Kikuchi and Chris Bassett. Oakland -164, Mariners +138, over under 8. Overs -118, unders -104. Mariners +1.5 is -150. Oakland -1.5 is +125. I'm going to go over 8, -118. Braves D-backs. Charlie Morton and Madison Bumgarner. Braves -205, D-backs +172, over under 9. Overs -106, unders actually just changed. The total's out 8.5. Overs -112, unders -108. Braves -1.5 is -122. D-backs +1.5 is +102. I'm going over 8.5, -112. 4 o'clock, Giants Padres. Logan Webb and Yu Darvish. Giants -116, Pods -102, over under 7.5. Overs -115, unders -105. Giants -1.5 is +152. Pods +1.5 is -184. I'm going to take the Giants -116 as a pretty big favorite. Send the Padres to 500. 6 o'clock, the White Sox and the Indians. We don't know who's going for Chicago. And Zach Plesac's going for Cleveland. But if the total's anything less than 8, give me the over. Nats Reds at 6:30. Patrick Corbin, Luis Castillo. Reds -210. Nats +176, over under 8.5. -110 each way. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 118. Reds minus 1.5 is minus 102. I'm going over 8.5 at minus 110. 7 o'clock, Pirates, Phillies. Connor Overton and Aaron Nola. Phillies minus 290. Pirates plus 235. Over under 8. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Pirates plus 1.5 is plus 112. Phillies minus 1.5 is minus 134. I'm going under 8 at minus 104, but I don't feel good about it. Rangers O's. Glenn Otto and Zach Lother. Rangers minus 120. Baltimore plus 102. Over under 9. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 136. Orioles plus 1.5 is minus 164. I'm going over 9 minus 105. 7:30, Blue Jays Twins. Steven Matz and Michael Pineda. So ex-Met against ex-Yankee. Blue Jays minus 142. Twins plus 120. Over under 9.5. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. Blue Jays minus 1.5 is plus 116. Twins plus 1.5 is minus 140. I'm going over 9.5 minus 104. And last but not least, 9:30, Astros at the Angels. Lance McCullers Jr. and Alex Cobb. Astros minus 168. Angels plus 142. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 118. Unders minus 104. Astros minus 1.5 is minus 108. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 111. I'm going to go over 8.5 at a juice minus 118. All right, now we will go over the Major League Soccer slate from yesterday night. 3 games. Nashville over Miami 5-1 as Nashville wins it in a rout. New England over Chicago 3-2. Best bet comes through with the Revolution. And the Red Bulls and NYCFC ended up in a 1-1 draw. So, where things stand right now, it's New England, Nashville, NYCFC, Orlando, Montreal, Atlanta, Philly as your top 7 in the East. And then the West, Kansas City, Seattle, Colorado, LA Galaxy, Portland, Real Salt Lake, and Minnesota are your playoff teams in the West for the time being. All right, Thursday night football tonight. We got the Texans and the Panthers from Houston. I project this line to be Panthers by 7, total of 44. Meanwhile, FanDuel has it at 7.5 and 43. Ooh. I have myself an edge on the over. I like it. A little bit of an edge on the over. And I like it. Minus 110. But not... I really hope that it goes down. Potentially get 42. But the over's the play. Over 43, minus 110. In terms of a final score, I'm going to say the Panthers win by a score of maybe 20-27 or something like that. That would work because that adds up to 47. That's it over. Yeah, let's go 27-20 Carolina as a final score call here. Okay, now we'll move on to college football. For tonight, one game. It is at 7:30 on ESPN, Marshall and Appalachian State. I project Marshall in this game by 3 total. App State by 3 total of 59. Meanwhile, FanDuel has it at 7.5 and 59.5. I'm going to take Marshall plus 7.5 at a very juice number at minus 122. I I think Marshall will hang around. Marshall's a good team. App State's good too, but can't disrespect Marshall here. I think this is a close game, 3-point game. I'm going to say App State wins. Maybe 33-30 or something like that. 30-27 seems realistic to me. 32-29, something along those lines. So, give me Marshall plus 7.5 at a very juiced minus 122. Although I would like it even more if it went up to 8. All right, WNBA playoffs begin tonight. We have the play-in games. ESPN2, we have the Wings in the Sky at 8 o'clock. So this is your 6 versus 7. If I had to do projections and stuff for this, I'd say Chicago by 6 at home over Dallas. Say if FanDuel has lines for this. Wouldn't put it past them, and they do. And Chicago's 4.5, and it's 164.5. I'm gonna take the under. It's a playoff game. Nerves. I'm gonna say Chicago wins by under 164.5 minus 110. And then 10 o'clock you have the Liberty and the Mercury. Liberty, your 8 seed. And the Mercury, your 5. I would project 13.5 for this game, and it's 8.5 and 163.5. I'm laying it with the Mercury. I think that the Liberty have been disappointing all year. Natasha Howard and Sabrina Ionescu carried them to the postseason with a lousy record. So I'm going to lay the 8.5 with Phoenix at minus 114 against the New York Liberty. All right, now I'm going to talk about the Ryder Cup, which begins tomorrow. This is golf, and they end up in teams. This is taking place in Wisconsin. So obviously this would be Europe against the US. So day 1 is a foursome, alternate shot matches and 4-ball, better ball matches, and then day 2 is 4 foursome matches and 4 4-ball matches, and then day 3 is 12 single matches. So Team USA, Colin Mariko, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantlay, Tony Finau, Xander Schauffele, Jordan Spieth, Harry English, Daniel Berger, and Scotty Scheffler. Team Europe is John Rahm, Tommy Fleetwood, Tyrrell Hatton, Brent Weisberger, Rory McIlroy, Victor Hovland, Paul Casey, Matt Fitzpatrick, Lee Westwood, Shane Lowry, Sergio Garcia, and Ian Poulter. A lot of talent on both ends of the spectrum here. And in terms of a pick, this is tough. I think Team Europe is pretty talented. But I think the better talent's on United States' side. They're minus 210, Europe's plus 240, and the draw's 11-1. We go US minus 210. Don't absolutely love it, though. So the pick, I'm going to pick US, but it's going to be close. And I think that Team Europe will come to play. There's a lot of talent on that side of the spectrum. All right, now I'm going to do news and notes for today. It's actually a lot of news and notes. Just coming down right now in hockey, Buffalo Sabres general manager Kevin Adams announces team has stripped Jack Eichel of captaincy, and the center is on injury reserve after failing his physical. That's crazy. And obviously, Jack Eichel's been in the talk of trade rumors this whole offseason, and he's still a member of the Buffalo Sabres. But it's absolutely insane that they stripped the captaincy from him. They just want no part of him. And maybe there's more to it. Maybe teams don't like his attitude. It's just amazing to me. A talented player as Jack Eichel hasn't been traded yet, and he was stripped from this captaincy, which is not a good look for him at all. The search for Brian Laundrie enters day 6 today, as Petito's stepfather leaves Stone Cross in Wyoming. So, it's going to be interesting to see if they find him. Or not, even. And we'll see how long this goes. Evander Kane won't participate in camp until further notice after sexual assault and battery claims. That's not surprising at all. There's a bat dog that ran on the field as the Trenton Thunder's bat dog invaded the field in the middle of an inning. That's hysterical. You love to see entertainment like that. And there's a viral TikTok video of a Jets kid trashing the team, and he breaks down the Jets' horrible play in week 2, and it's really funny. A big-time NBA firing. The Minnesota Timberwolves fire Grayson Rosas. And it's a stunning move for before the season. And Karl Anthony Towns was stunned by it. And then the Timberwolves promote Sachin Gupta as he'll become the new head of basketball operations. And apparently Rosas created a toxic culture. And it was an inappropriate relationship. Warriors owner Joe Lacob says trading for Ben Simmons doesn't really fit what the Warriors are doing. And he was fined for tampering, and rightfully so. I can't believe that Joe Lacob, as smart as he claims he is, came out and just tampered. The New Orleans Pelicans staff dislike David Griffin, as staff members started calling Griffin Griff Krause in a group text after watching The Last Dance. That's nuts. Instead of Jerry Krause. Zion Williamson detested rookie rehab as he was frustrated by limitations in his rookie season, created tension with the medical staff. Yikes. Doc Rivers says that they can win the title with Ben Simmons, as Philly would love to get Ben back and the team can win with Simmons. I like Doc's confidence in Ben Simmons, but ultimately I just don't think they can win with him. Nolan Arenado left the game yesterday in the 6th inning with lower back tightness. They better hope he's okay. The Cincinnati Reds extend manager David Bell to a 2-year contract extension, so that's good for David Bell. The Philadelphia Phillies reprimanded minor league players as advocates for minor leaguers say the Phillies retaliated against minor league players who spoke out demanding better conditions. We talked about Joe Lacob getting fined $50,000. The NFL is keeping taunting rules as the league believes enforcement of taunting penalties have been gone as planned despite criticism. The Detroit Lions could trade Jamie Collins as the team wants to add youth to the roster. He'd be a good addition for somebody. Bradley Chubb likely out 6 to 8 weeks as he had successful ankle surgery and should be 100% when he returns. Tua Tagovailoa ruled out Week 3 against the Raiders due to fractured ribs, and Jacoby Brissett will get the start. And speaking of getting starts, Justin Fields will make his first NFL start in place of Andy Dalton against the Browns on Sunday. Austin Matthews to be ready for Game 1 of the regular season, as he won't be a full participant at camp. Rasmus Dahlin agrees to an extension, 3 years, $18 million. I think that's about right for Dahlin. I think that he could be more than that down the road. So I think that could be looked upon as a steal in a year from now. The LA Kings signed goalie Cal Peterson, 3-year extension, $15 million. Cal Peterson was good for them last year. He might be their goalie of the future. So he gets a contract extension. And last but not least, the news and notes. The Pro Football Hall of Fame 2022 nominees are out. Steve Smith, Andre Johnson lead the way, as I think they're both Hall of Fame wide receivers. The rest. Donovan McNabb, Steve McNair, Sean Alexander, Tiki Barber, Eddie George, Steven Jackson, Corey Dillon, Priest Holmes, Jamal Lewis, Fred Taylor, Brian Westbrook, Anquan Bolden, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Steve Smith, Troy Brown, Torrey Holt, Chad Johnson, Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne, Wes Walker, Jake Long, Nick Mangold, Tony Baselli, Robert Mathis, Vince Wilfork, Jared Allen, Richard Seymour, Justin Tuck, DeMarcus Ware, Teddy Bruschi, Sam Mills, Zach Thomas, Patrick Willis, Antonio Cromartie, Rondé Barber, Leroy Butler, Darren Woodson, Asante Samuel, and Josh Cribbs among notable nominees for the Hall of Fame class of 2022. All right, so there you have it for news and notes for today. Now I'm going to recap last night's episode of The Masked Singer. I did not get to Alter Ego yet, but episode 1, The Masked Singer, fun show. A lot of interesting subplots to this that we'll get to. First up was the skunk. Interesting character. She had a clue package that had a lot of train and showed Jenny McCarthy in a magazine. Maybe there's a tie with Jenny somehow, or Donnie Wahlberg for that matter. There's a bag, a cup with the D on it. There's a hater spray. And this performer performed Diamonds by Sam Smith. I thought it was outstanding. And I think Skunk's going to be there for the long run. I don't give away my first impression guesses until the singers are unmasked. Robin Thicke went with Faith Evans. Ken Jeong said Anita Baker, and also threw out Janet Jackson and Alicia Keys. And Jenny McCarthy with the nice guess of Mary J. Blige. Octopus. Hints about number 8 being his lucky number. Had success young. There are cards in there, like a deck of cards. He hints about having a fall from grace. He said he let go of his ego. And this person performed Tutti Frutti by Little Richard. Jenny McCarthy went with Dennis Rodman. Ken Jeong said Dwight Howard. And also threw out Chris Webber and Anthony Davis. Nicole Scherzinger said Shaquille O'Neal. Next up was the puffer fish. There's a disco, there's a lab, and this person hints how they couldn't fit in. There's a guitar, a boomerang, and learns how to stand up for herself. She talks about defending a title. And this person performed Say So by Doja Cat. Nicole Scherzinger said Paula Abdul. Ken Jeong went with Issa Rae. And Robin Thicke went with Jessica Alba. Next up was Mother Nature. This person hints at that they've done it all. This person talked about how she's not a mom. And there are some hints about Wayne Brady in the clue package. Does this person work with Wayne Brady in the past? And has some connection? There's a deer. And this person performed I'm Coming Out by Diana Ross. Some of the guesses here were very interesting. Ken Jeong went with Tiffany Haddish. Nicole Scherzinger went with Chelsea Handler. And Robin Thicke went with the daughter of Diana Ross and Tracy. So that is very interesting, obviously. Tracy Ellis Ross as a guess for Mother Nature. And last up was the bull. There was a picture on a boat in a small town, Cooperstown. Baseball. There are 3 doors. Talks about becoming his own boss and talking about Hollywood, and there's a line in the clue package. I mean, is there Rumor Willis ties? Lion King ties, maybe? And the person performed Drops of Jupiter. And then he's talking, and he says he's shy about singing. Meanwhile, I thought this was one of the better performances of the night. Jenny McCarthy said Brian Luttrell. Robin Thicke said Cisco. And Ken Jeong said Dwayne Johnson. First unmasked was Octopus. My first impression guess, based on the fact that this was an NBA player, based on the clues, and this person's been in trade rumors a lot, and been in at times a bad situation in terms of where he's playing with all the riots and whatnot. I thought Damian Lillard as my first impression guess. And plus, I know he can rap, and that's the other reason why I went with him. And my final guess, Dennis Rodman, based on the costume and the personality of the character. Nicole's first impression and final, Shaq. Ken Jeong's first impression and final, Dwight Howard. Jenny McCarthy's first impression and final, Dennis Rodman. Robin Thicke's first impression and final, Joel Embiid, which I thought wasn't a bad guess. And who was it? Dwight Howard. Ken Jeong correct for the first correct pick of the season. Good for Ken Jeong. He was very excited that he was right about this one. I thought Dwight Howard was on the show several times. And the funny thing is I thought about Dwight Howard for Octopus before Ken Jeong said it, but I didn't actually think it was Dwight Howard. So good for Dwight. The clues add up. The 8 lucky numbers that he was an 8-time All-Star in his career, and he played 8 seasons with the Orlando Magic. He did have a fall from grace in the middle of last decade and was traded a bunch of times, and he did let go of his ego a little bit. So cool to see Dwight on the show. And I'm not going to give away my Mother Nature guesses yet because guess what? They're about to unmask Mother Nature, and then it comes up. Stay tuned. Find out tomorrow. And obviously we'll find out now tonight who Mother Nature is. And only Masked Singer would do that to us. They promote the double elimination, but they announced who the 2 were, but they didn't unmask the second one. So we'll see who Mother Nature is on the show tonight. So that means tonight we'll have 2 unmaskings. And then tonight we will see Bull again. We'll see Pufferfish again. Skunk again. And then 2 wild cards enter the fray tonight. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll know 7 characters, and then obviously next week we'll probably see the rest of the cast of season 6. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. This is a tough one. Because there's not a lot of stuff that I actually like. If Marshall only went up to 8, maybe I'd pull the trigger with them. I'll go to baseball, I guess, and the one that stuck out to me was over 8.5 in the Astros Angels. Lay 2 units on over 8.5 Astros Angels for my best bet of the day. All right, so there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow with the Big Friday show. Big Friday show. It's going to be over an hour long. We're going to have football and baseball, Wnba playoffs, Ryder Cup, and NASCAR, and news and notes, and Masked Singer, and obviously Best Bet and Fab 5 for you as well. And I might have a special show tonight. I'm going over the NHL National TV schedule because I promised that for a while now. We'll see about that. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.